Hey guys, hi, welcome back once again. My name is Vaishali, and today I'd like to talk about the many layered personas of our personality. So I think we all understand that our personality is a combination of a lot of traits, some that we like to flaunt about, others not necessarily. I think we all can even agree that just like the atmosphere of our planet is multi-layered, so is our personality. It is multi-layered, it is multifaceted, and therefore most of the things are also in the subconscious, inherently in the subconscious. In fact, even the word personality also has its origin from the root word persona, which actually means enacting a role or a role play, which essentially is in with regards to a certain context or even a certain contact. In fact, it even may be an accumulated resultant of that particular contextual contact. So those particular contextual contacts with certain kind of individual or individuals that gets stored in the reflexive memory. So given that common understanding, we can also then say that personality is not really static. It may in fact be more elastic, more adaptable than we actually realize, than we actually are consciously aware of. And therefore, we also talk of personality formation and personality development. And if you look at the word formations and development, we would understand that it's a constant thing in the making. Formation of anything that gets formed is a resultant of the information that it constantly receives. And these informations are received both in explicit and in implicit ways, and most of the times it's the latter that happens. Now if we come to the word development, we also know that development of any person happens the fastest during the initial formative developmental years. In fact, it is during these initial formative developmental years that the child is absorbing everything like a sponge. The things that are said, the things that are also unsaid. And it is these little bits of information that is being constantly stored as the implicit memory. We can draw parallels of implicit memory by associating it with muscle memory or reflexive memory, where unlike explicit memory, where 2 plus 7 would equal 9 or 8 square would equal 64, implicit memories are more detailed, more nuanced. With the brain receiving so much of implicit memory, they start becoming a part of our bigger subconscious, which essentially helps us with our day-to-day activities, wherein we actually don't have to cognitively think about holding something, about walking, about brushing our teeth, about brushing our hair, about blinking our eyes, about the way we speak. It is a part of that memory that helps us keep us safe and helps in survival from the danger it perceives at that point in time. And of course, if it helps one feel safe and helps one survive, it gets stored in that implicit memory, in that subconscious, which then later can play to our advantage or even to our disadvantage. So say, for example, if you were made to feel ashamed, or if you were belittled for having too many emotions, or for expressing all of those emotions and all of those thoughts that you had as a kid during the initial developmental formative years, given our contextual contact, our brain invariably receives the information that this is not the safe place to express our whole emotion, to express our whole thoughts. And we invariably learn to inhibit our thought processes. We invariably learn to repress our emotions and thereby inhibit and repress our own selves. On the other hand, if we felt appreciated and encouraged to express ourselves completely and wholly, we learn not only to trust ourselves, but we also learn to trust others who give us that kind of a safe environment, wherein a part of us that may feel threatened need not be discarded because there is nothing in us that actually feels threatened. And since our subconscious is designed to keep us safe and secure and alive and help us survive, if we go back to the first scenario, there are also at times it may happen that before somebody inflicts a certain reaction on us, we begin to inflict it on our own selves. Before somebody else gets a chance to call us lazy, we kind of begin calling ourselves lazy. Before somebody else has a chance to call us stupid, we begin to learn to call ourselves stupid. Before somebody else has got to come to our rescue, we start becoming our own watchdogs. Invariably and inevitably, we begin to inhibit, restrict, suppress, and restrict our own selves. And that is how we begin to play out our own personal realities. On the other hand, it may also happen that we tend to overdo things. We may tend to become overachievers. We may take on responsibilities that may stretch us a little too thin at times in order to avoid the shame-felt remarks that we had felt at some point in time that our memory has stored as a self-defensive mechanism. So as helpful our memories can be in shaping our multi-layered, multi-dimensional and even multifractured personalities, given our contextual, continuously present reality, it may also become our biggest challenge, our biggest hurdle that we may need to overcome, which invariably would entail a whole lot of self-reflection and self-assessment. Let's try and take out a little time for that. Let's try and become interested in ourselves to understand what makes us who we are. Let's try and think about that a little more, and I will see you once again the next week. Till then, stay tuned in. And guys, if you do like the contents of my videos, please do like, share and subscribe.